Hi, and welcome to this episode of Less Than 11 at 11. I'm calling this episode The Great Release and Reset for 2026. Think of it as a spring cleaning in December, but it's cleaning for energy, mindset, and the invisible habits that sneak into your business like dust bunnies that refuse to leave. Today, we're going to explore, first of all, releasing. Number two is what you want to leave in 2025. And number three is what you are ready to receive in 2026. Now, this is a working session, so please grab something to take notes with. I'll be asking you questions, some gentle, some a little more probing, all designed to help you find your focus and flow for 2026. Part one is, what are you ready to no longer drag with you into 2026? This is releasing. Releasing. Because here's the truth. You cannot create flow in 2026 if you're lugging around the energetic equivalent of an overstuffed handbag from 2025. So take a deep breath and ask yourself, what are you ready to release? Here's some questions to help provoke your thinking. What feels heavy every time you see it on your calendar? What did you say yes to in 2025 that you regretted 5 minutes later? What expectations, yours or someone else's, drained your energy? What habits pull you out of flow every single week? What story about yourself or your business is overdue for retirement? And my personal favorite, what shoulds snuck into your life in 2025 that you are ready to release? Now, I invite you to write down anything that feels sticky or heavy or draining, or that you're just done with. You might want to pause the video here and give yourself permission to spend a few minutes really reflecting on what you're ready to release. Now, after you have your list, I invite you to picture yourself standing on the curb New Year's Eve, placing those items gently, or perhaps not so gently, in the recycling bin because you're done with them and because your future self does not need them. Now we're going to look at part two, which is what you're leaving in 2025, those energetic goodbyes. Now this is different from releasing. Releasing is letting go. Leaving behind is something that you are declaring that you no longer reside in my life, in my business in 2026. It's a choice, a boundary, an upgrade. So let's explore some questions on what you are ready to leave behind in 2025. What outdated strategies are you ready to retire? What patterns of overextension or misalignment are you done tolerating? What drama, distraction, or noise is not coming with you in 2026? What relationships, obligations, or commitments need a reset? Where did you shrink or hesitate or second guess yourself this year and are ready to stop? And what beliefs about success don't fit who you are going to be in 2026? Now take a moment, write down 3 things that stay in 2025, not because they were bad, but because they no longer match the direction you have for yourself for 2026. You're welcome to pause the recording here and come back when you have your list. And when you've completed your list, I want you to circle one thing on your list that will create the biggest shift for you in 2026 if you truly leave it behind. Got it? So this is your first and second parts to creating focus and flow in 2026. Now we're ready for part three, which is resetting, creating your 2026 flow structure. Now, once we release, and leave behind, we open up the space to reset, realignment, to receive the let's do it differently in 2026 moment. Now, here's what I'm personally resetting for myself in 2026. And please feel free to swap these out for your own examples. I'm choosing clarity over complexity. I'm protecting my space for creativity and recovery. I'm prioritizing aligned action, not automatic action. And now it's your turn. Here's some questions to help you identify what you are ready to reset and receive. So where did your focus drift away this year? What do you want more flow in your time, your decisions, your energy? What boundaries need to be upgraded? What routines are ready for a fresh start? What expectations do you have for yourself that can shift from pressure to possibilities? Choose one area for business and one area for your life that you want to reset and write it down. And now we're at part 4, which is receiving. And this is what you're ready to allow in 2026. This is where it gets really exciting and totally beautiful. So after clearing the space, after resetting your center, you get to claim what you're ready to receive, because receiving requires one thing, and that is availability. You can't receive when you're overloaded, overwhelmed, overcommitted, or energetically over capacity. So let's open the door to what you are ready to receive in 2026. What opportunities are you ready for? What kind of clients do you want to attract naturally? What support do you want to let in without guilt? What emotions do you want more of? Perhaps ease, confidence, fun, clarity. What level of success feels aligned and exciting for 2026 version of you? And what are you ready to believe and receive about yourself? Now choose one that gives you a spark of excitement, even if it's just a flicker, but choose one. And then this becomes your North Star intention for 2026. So let's wrap this up so that you can identify your flow and focus for 2026. Now, you've just created a simple and powerful structure that sets the tone for your entire year. What you're ready to release, what you're leaving behind, what you're resetting, and what you're ready to receive. That's how focus and flow begins. Not a long to-do list, no pressure, just clarity, spaciousness, and the willingness to choose what aligns with who you are becoming. Now, after I completed these steps, I chose one word that I want to be my North Star for 2026. And that word is spaciousness. Spaciousness. Physically, energetically, emotionally, mentally. Spaciousness. So that I can receive. That I have the capacity and capability to see new opportunities. Spaciousness. And if that appeals to you, I invite you to choose a word that reflects what you want 2026 to represent for your focus and flow. So one final question. What is one aligned action you can take in the next 48 hours that supports what you want to receive in 2026? Now take a breath, smile at your future self. You are already making it happen. Thanks for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in 2026 when you are in focus and flow.